We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Denver Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Go. 280. Mike 27. Watch the fly. Watch the fly.
The first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 27, Wentz. Ertz shrugs him aside. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here in this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Wentz going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Wentz. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Handoff comes to Smallwood. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line. 10, like it is. Coming. Gun.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mike 5-4. Gun. Here I come. Monday.
Here's Flacco. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Sunday.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 42 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Denver getting set to take the field. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us where they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Flacco looks to throw. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, 83 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz, flush to his right. Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First and 10.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, it's Lindsey. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Check. Red. 3 wide. Hey, Charlie.
Nice. They do snap it. Flacco now. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Here we go. Sponge. No. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Monday. Check. Fresno.
First and 10 here for Flacco. Sanders has it over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First down, Broncos.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, Monday. Blue draw Corker.
Flacco from the gun. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third.
Hey, watch that. Check, Mike, 54. We're pretty quiet, team.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. Going up top. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick, 42 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Mike's 47.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They give to Smallwood. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wentz, he's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hey, go. 120. Wins 5-3.
1st down, a run with Smallwood. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Wentz. The quick feet by Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
From the red zone now, Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Wait! Ready! Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 9, Flacco escapes the sack. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Sacked by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is fielded at the 27. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
47 mark, 47 mark.
Wentz to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Wentz. Aguilar has it. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Smallwood. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Check pass. Check pass. 51, Mike. Mike 51. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Here. Mike 51. Mike 51. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Lucky. Check 53. Block. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Block it. Hey, over.
Flacco. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Yo, Lee. Big stop, Lee. Wait. Hey, smooth.
Flacco to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Wait. Ready. Here we go. Watch the pass. Monday. You're over here. Hey, exit.
Setting to throw, Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They're going to look to throw on 4th with Flacco. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here we go. Back man. Check, 47. It's going to be a long...
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
Go. 180! Yep. Watch the twist.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are a mile high at Broncos Stadium in Denver, Colorado. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Elliott now to kick this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
3 wide. 3 wide.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing is Wentz. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
Check, 47. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And complete to Zach Ertz. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because Most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now it's Sproles. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Wentz going to go on 4th down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
47. Check, 47. Come on, gun. Let's see what you got. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Get that gun!
From the gun, Flacco. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good for
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Monday, that's what.
Get that ball.
To pass, Flacco. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said,
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton, 28 yards, and the Broncos are in for 6.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned him 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Buying time to his left. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. He finds an opening past the 40, and he connects with Ertz. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
Check, 47. We ain't giving him nothing, check.
Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Hey, echo.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on 1st down? And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Screen pass to Sproles. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A final shot before half for Wentz. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, as time expires in the first half, and the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point. So 2 quarters down, 2. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the gun, it's Wentz. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Sproles. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Wentz now on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former 1st-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action to Sproles. Wentz. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10.
Go get him.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. 20! And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, 42 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this. As it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Wentz going to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Go. Waiting.
Stop your whining.
Here's Sproles. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
They'll run it with Sproles. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Throwing now is Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 52 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
At their own 25-yard line.
God, Seth, wait. Look at it.
54, block 54.
Gun.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run by Lindsey. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time. 3rd down here.
Mike.
Regular. Ready.
Hey, watch it.
Go.
Mike, 54.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Check.
Lefty.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jackson. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 98 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Behind! 20!
Let him know.
Behind!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his pass incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 24 yards. He's back to throw. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Flacco. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Gun.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Tackles.
One last gasp for Flacco. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of